Heading into week 13, you're either fighting for playoff seeding to get that bye week, or you're fighting to even get into the playoffs. Regardless, you've come to the right place. I'm going to give you some starts of the week. At the quarterback position, if you're looking to stream, let's say Aaron Rodgers is on bye or another important quarterback, Derek Carr is a good streaming option this week. Goes up against Washington, who gives up the most points to fantasy quarterbacks. They have been improved defensively lately, but I still believe that Derek Carr and this offense can run the ball and use the play action effectively, as well as the small slants to Hunter Renfrow. I know that Darren Waller probably isn't going to play, but Deshaun Jackson has really opened up this offense again. There's now threats downfield, which means the underneath is starting to open up even more. I'm not saying that Derek Carr is going to get 40 points in this game, but I think he presents a safe 15 to 20 point floor against Washington's defense. At the running back position, you can start Elijah Mitchell with confidence going up against the Seattle Seahawks, who give up the second most points to running backs. Look at what they just let Antonio Gibson and JD McKissic do to them on Monday Night Football. This team cannot defend the run, and Mitchell's coming off his best ever fantasy performance with 27.8 PPR points. What's super encouraging about Mitchell is previously, he was good. It's a good run team, but he didn't get any work in the passing game. We now see in this game, the last game he just played, his highest ever target share, 6 targets. He got 5 receptions from that. If he can keep getting 4 to 6 targets a week out of the backfield, he presents a safe top 10 play each week. And by the way, Jeff Wilson has been back for a while now. He's not taking any work from Mitchell. Start Mitchell with confidence. You can also start Antonio Gibson with relative confidence. Las Vegas gives up the 5th most points to running backs. And last week, we saw Antonio Gibson have his highest ever share of opportunities in a game with 36 total opportunities. JD McKissic, I believe, suffered an injury. It's unclear of whether he plays in this week or not, but regardless, Gibson should get enough work to be a safe play. Since his bye week, he is the running back 8 in PPR formats. This offense is looking good and hitting its stride at the right time, and it's running through Antonio Gibson. Start Gibson with confidence. At the wide receiver position, if you need a on the edge type start, Kadarius Toney missed last week, so of course if he plays, I think that you can start him. He's going up against Miami, who give up the 3rd most points to wide receivers. Daniel Jones looks like he's going to miss this game, and that doesn't really concern me all that much. We saw Daniel Jones get knocked out of week 5 versus the Cowboys. That's the same week, oddly enough, where Kadarius Toney put up his best ever performance in that game. 10 receptions on 13 targets and 189 yards. Mike Glennon is competent enough to get him the ball in screens and jet sweeps and bubble screens. This is a guy who's been in the league a while. He's confident enough to at least get the ball into his playmakers' hands. I also really like Hunter Renfrow this week, coming off his best ever game last week on Thanksgiving. He goes up against Washington this week, who gives up the 4th most points to wide receivers. They have improved, but again, they still have historically given up a lot of points this year to wide receivers. He's currently the wide receiver 21 in PPR formats on the year, but since their bye week in week 8, so let's say since week 9, he is the wide receiver 10 in PPR formats. He's been great ever since Henry Ruggs left, and even before Henry Ruggs left, he was the wide receiver 1 on this team. The addition of Deshaun Jackson helps this offense operate the same way that it did before Henry Ruggs left. And at the moment, Darren Waller doesn't look like he's going to play, which means Renfrow becomes an even more necessary part of this offense, his safety blanket, if you will. I think you can start Renfrow and expect at least 12 to 15 points this week. At the tight end position, you can start Pat the Dragon Freiermuth. The Muth is loose. However you want to say it, we call him Pat the Dragon. He's been so good this year. Going up against the Ravens, who give up the 4th most points to tight ends. I have an insane stat for you. And by the way, he's in concussion protocol. So this is assuming that he clears concussion protocol. I have an insane stat for you, okay? Since week 8, the Steelers had their bye in week 7, all right? Since week 8, Pat Freiermuth is the tight end 1 in all of fantasy. There has not been a more valuable tight end in fantasy since their bye week. It's been Pat. He's been the most valuable, more than Kelsey, more than Waller, more than Kittle. 5 touchdowns in his last 5 games. Eric Ebron is still going to miss some time. And in the end zone, it is Big Ben's favorite target in the end zone. Pat is. So ride Pat as long as he plays. I really, really like Pat in this game. Those are my starts of the week. Let me know if you have any comments or any questions in the comment section below.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos,
watch it.
You can also subscribe
right now
if you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/fantasylandfam.